Today, I'm going to be telling you a story. A story about a monster. One that crept into this country, once here, began to devastate our eucalyptus plantations, harming the trees, crippling their growth. Most importantly of all, costing our foresters a tremendous amount of money. This monster, it invaded this country from Australia in 1916, and then it began to grow. It began to spread, it began to multiply and infest. And very soon, nearly every eucalyptus growing country on Earth had some form of this monster. And I'm sure at this point you're wondering, what is this beast that I'm battling with? Well, I have some of them right here in this jar. Eucalyptus snout beetles. These tiny little creatures. Now I'm sure you're probably thinking, these little things, what can they do? They seem harmless. Hell, they even seem a bit friendly. But they're deceptive. These are true monsters. You see, when they get in your plantation, they're going to spread, they're going to infest, and very soon you're going to have yourself with a severe infestation. And then they're going to destroy everything. You see, these beetles, when they get in, they can reduce the wood produced by a plantation by up to 85% in a 10-year growing period. I mean, that's massive. Think about it. Almost all of that poor forester's hard work gone, his profits consumed by a tiny little monster. And this got me interested. How could I help? How could I fight this good fight? So I started looking into this creature. I started to understand it. And then I noticed the most peculiar thing. They're very picky eaters. Now, why does this matter? Because you see, in a plantation, we'll have many different types of eucalyptus growing. And these beetles will completely destroy one type while ignoring the rest. Why? I had to understand that. Why this tree? What was in it that made it so delicious to these beetles? And that's when the science started. We began to do a bunch of tests and trials, but basically we looked into the plant, tried to see what was there and how it attracted beetles. And then we noticed something. 6 things. 6 out of that vast pool of compounds in the leaves. These 6 compounds could change and directly alter the feeding behavior of these beetles. It could change the diet they chose to feed on. And now that we know this, now that we know what the beetles like, we can give them everything but that. We can create a type of eucalyptus tree that has these 6 compounds in the levels that these beetles hate. By doing this, by making an unfavorable environment for them, we can help reduce damage. We can help keep our plantations safe. Most importantly of all, we can make sure that forester doesn't have all of his hard-earned money consumed and devoured by this tiny little monster. Thank you very much.
Processing. I think, I'm not sure if this was probably a comment, maybe not to you, but to one of the other speakers, is to tell the audience what exactly we use eucalyptus for. Why is it important? That's probably the one thing. And then I was also thinking, like, so why should we care about this monster attacking our eucalyptus? So to say that it gets used, and then to say, I mean, you mentioned the 85% reduction in yield. That I think you could also move up because that also makes a huge impact. So if you say, this is how much forestry contributes to GDP, half of what we plant is eucalyptus, and then we've got these different species that get attacked, you can think about the yield loss. So put that in your story, because I mean, I love the story and the way you told it, but I'm not scared of the monster because I don't really care about eucalyptus, well, as a judge.
Well, it's also care about the foresters, you know?
Yes, yeah.
The poor guys.
But exactly, so you put the human element there and say, like, this is 85% loss on terms of how much they could make. I think that'll just give it more impact.
Thank you very much.
So I'm going to use the question cheat sheets again. So the question here is, how do you see science communication fitting into your career?
I mean, that's a great question. The whole point of what we do is to make change. We want to learn something, but more importantly, we want to learn something we can use and help people with. And if you can't communicate your science, it's like one of the previous talks spoke about. You have this massive amount of data sitting there that's unused and unspread. And one easy way of spreading that is communicating your work. And I think that's why it's so vital.
All right, thank you very much.